the situation in Dallas. We're talking about the Mavs, and we're even going to talk about the Cowboys, but we'll start in L.A. Last night, Luka is introduced as a member of the Lakers team on the floor, and there he is, just doing work. 14 points in 24 minutes. Lakers beat the Jazz. Luka easing his way into the lineup. A lot of special things. There were bells and whistles last night. Crypto.com Arena was described as euphoric last night for Luka's debut. LeBron James was heard prior to the game in the huddle saying to Luka, hey, man, just be your effing self. You know, don't you fit in. Like, we got to figure you out. Like, you're the man. Be the alpha. And to top it off, when the game started, LeBron told Luka, like, look, man, you know, this is going to be yours, especially this debut. And when they were doing the starting lineups, Luka was introduced last. And the crowd apparently, you know, this is a Lakers crowd that doesn't get there very early, but they were early to see Luka, and the place erupted. And it's got to be really sad to watch this for Mavs fans, because the guy who you traded for Luka is now out with an abductor strain. Matt Mosley said yesterday he's not sure that he has one. I can tell you that he'll find out that he has one the next time he plays tennis, because he'll probably pull it. We know our boy Mosley's not getting any younger. But, Scotty, let's get you on real quick. And I swear to God, I'm not trying to pour salt in the wound. I'm just trying to get like a front row seat reaction. This is already as bad as it could be. Like,
I transferred, Pete. I'm a Lakers fan.
You are a Lakers fan. That's right. And by the way, a lot of fanfare around Scotty's announcement. It was made this day, last Tuesday, a week ago. There's like 6,000 people that are weighing in on Scotty and his announcement. But let's pretend you still were a Mavs fan. How do you feel right now? Now, again, we are all prisoners of the moment.
Yeah.
And this is not.
Yeah.
Ultimately, even though I hate on this trade so much, we do have to give the Mavs organization grace. And hold on, they will be judged on the wins and losses long term after this trade. That being said, exactly.
Wonder which player is going to contribute to more wins for the remainder of their NBA career, Luka Doncic or Anthony Davis.
What did you feel when you saw the official word? Because last night, you know, you saw the injury, and then it was even magnified. Kyrie Irving's, which is actually pretty cool for Mavs fans. Kyrie's going to play in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
he's going to replace Anthony Davis because he can't play because this is a serious injury.
Yeah.
It's going to keep him out for maybe a month. What's your reaction to the injury?
Oh, Anthony Davis got hurt. Color me shocked. Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. It's and what's sad is he really did come out and give a quarter and a half's worth of like reminder, top 10 player in the league, like can score at will. Like, you know, he was firing up the crowd. Like, you kind of like to see how he embraced the moment, but this has been the knock on AD his entire career. He doesn't stay healthy for a full season ever. And that's just one of many reasons why the Luka trade is asinine, is because they wanted to talk about Luka's fitness when AD, again, it is like a unicorn season when he completes the season fully healthy. Like, you know, again, color me shocked that he went down hurt. And you know, and then all the rumors behind that of like, did they rush him back to the court to try to assuage the angry Mavs fans? And did that lead to this aggravation of the injury? You know,
oh, really?
Oh yeah. You haven't seen that?
The amazing support staff of the Mavs who ran Luka Doncic out of town, right?
Exactly.
Hurrying back.
Did they rush back someone from injury to try to calm fans down?
So this could be, I mean, this trade is quite possibly the biggest freaking joke in the history of the NBA. I mean,
in the history of professional sports.
I mean, it's potentially that bad.
Yeah.
And the frustration for fans in the Metroplex and out to, you know, to folks like us in Central Texas, if you're Cowboys and Mavs fans, has to be everyone's into the red, because it's simple. And here's what I was thinking about, right? Jerry Jones should not be making any decisions related to football, and this trade sucks. And it's like, if you're a Mavs fan or you're a Cowboys fan, it's not like we're performing brain surgery here. It's so simple for everyone to see. And if you ask the guy in the NBA's offices on Park Avenue, and you ask the guy in the barber shop, right, in Dallas or in Waco, they're both going to say, yeah, that trade blew. It sucked, right? Like the person with the most intel and the person with the most rabid, passion for the team has the same feeling, right?
Yeah.
And the same thing in the NFL. An NFL insider like Ed Werder, Matt Mosley, and the guy working at Home Depot, right, in McKinney will tell you that Jerry Jones shouldn't be making any decisions. It's got to be so frustrating right now because it's not even like I've always been Mr. like there's more than we know to a situation. Like I don't think there is.
No,
I think both of these situations absolutely stink for fans in the DFW.
Oh, it's horrible. And to pile on, the Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Like it just keeps stacking up. I think Rob Pelinka had a quote somewhere last week where he at some point implied that negotiating with Nico Harrison was like working with a child. Not having to give up anything more than one first round pick along with Christian Davis for the best player in the NBA. So it's ridiculous. And to add on to that, Pete, I don't want to read too much into it because this is one of the purest people I think in the spotlight. But Dirk Nowitzki being at that game last night in LA, and not only being there, which good for him, he's allowed to be there, but tweeting about it. This is a guy that hardly uses social media, certainly isn't going around making statements. And he said in his tweet, I'm always a Mavs fan for life, but I got to support my boy. Dirk Nowitzki has never been courtside supporting any team other than the Mavs ever. That's as close to a middle finger from Dirk as you're going to get from a class act like Dirk Nowitzki to the Mavs organization. That he was at that game cheering on the Lakers in support of Luka Doncic rather than Mavs had a home game last night. Dirk wasn't there. Like, it does not get any worse if you're a Dallas area sports fan.
No, because and it's not going to get any better either.
No,
like because because
we have Brian Schottenheimer. Everybody.
Well, no. My thing is like long term. You have ownership groups who are over their skis.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and I always say it. I love Jerry Jones, what he's done for the NFL, his history of the game. But clearly now it's like it's time to take the remote control away. Like when my father was aging, like we didn't give him the remote. You know what I mean? Like what was he going to do with the remote? He wouldn't know how to work it, right? Yeah. Like Jerry's the same deal. Like get the remote away from him, and let's put on something that everyone can watch, and find a way to get there in the quickest, most efficient way possible.
It is maddening to think about what would Jerry Jones' legacy or reputation be had he at any point in the last 30 years just hired a GM?
Yeah.
What would his legacy be? His legacy would be he turned the Dallas Cowboys the most valuable sports franchise in the world. Wow. What a great owner. But instead, he's had to also be GM. And so his legacy will forever be, the guy who fired Tom Landry and Jimmy Johnson because he thought he knew better. And then in 30 years, had the longest streak in the NFC of not making a championship game because he doesn't know football.
One of my favorite Jerry Jones stories is Cam there, by the way?
He is.
Okay, we'll get to Cam after this story. And Zach Burke and I have talked about this, but because it's in the Jeff Pearlman book, Boys Will Be Boys. And this was a funny, firing Landry was a little crazy because of the way he did it. If you remember, they were at that famous taco restaurant in Dallas, both were in suits and ties. And they were captured there. It was a wild story how it went down, but like a photographer was actually at the same restaurant, called or maybe it was a writer or Dallas Morning News guys, called his desk and was like, hey, I'm looking at Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson. Like these rumors are true. Somebody shows up, gets a picture of them, whatever. So the cat's out of the bag and it's embarrassing for Tom Landry. And Tom Landry's playing golf at like Austin Country Club. And Jerry Jones is like, I'm going to be a man and go tell him in person. So he's waiting for Tom Landry when he comes off the golf course. And Jerry Jones is like, I just wanted to come tell you myself, like you're being relieved or whatever. And apparently Tom Landry went up one side and came down the other. Jerry Jones was like, you don't get out of here. Like you didn't need to come tell me this in person. Like, kick rocks, dude. And even Jerry said probably wasn't the best idea to go tell the greatest coach or one of the greatest coaches of all time,
Mount Rushmore coach.
Yeah, to do that. And it's cool that Tom Landry was like, beat it, dude. I don't care who you are, how much money you have, or what you plan on doing. Hit the road. And that's one of the reasons probably Tom Landry was so amazing, is that competitive fire.
Big time. 1,000%. No doubt. Yeah.
You know, Cam Stewart has competitive fire. He's waiting in the wings. I can't wait to talk to Cam about what happened last night and what's going to happen for the rest of the